morning. My name is Mama Lolu. I am a certified esthetician, a certified soaper, and a certified beauty therapist. I am presently taking a course on holistic herbalism. Today, I just want to talk about beginners. If you want to go into your skincare business, there are some things that you have to put into consideration. A lot of people go into skincare business and just jump directly into promixing. So I just want to give you a few tips that you should know when you go into skincare business. Skincare business is a very sensitive business because it has to do with your skin. And as we all know, different skin types demand different skin treatments. Different skin type demands different skin cares, okay? So if you want to go into promixing, you also have to make sure that you at least take a formulation class, a natural skincare formulation class, because this gives you a good foundation to move forward with. You don't just jump into promixing. Like, there are a lot of people that you see, they tell you they are going to teach you, and the next thing they start giving you recipes, because see, you should know this, a recipe is actually different from a formula. That is one key thing you should put into consideration before going into skincare, okay? Now, in as much as I have nothing against promixing per se, you should also be careful, because some of those chemicals actually harm the skin, or some of those ingredients, because actually everything is actually made out of a chemical. Like water, we have H2O, it's a chemical on its own, but we should be very careful. Like, for instance, now a lot of people claim that natural skincare cannot harm you. Well, this is actually wrong. Natural skincare can harm your skin if the producer don't formulate it properly. Like, we have essential oils. Yeah, essential oils are actually natural because they are extracted from plants, okay? Now, a lot of people claim that essential oil cannot harm your skin, but in reality, essential oil can actually harm your skin, okay? When formulating a product, personally, I make sure that I use in percentages of 0.5% to 1.5% of essential oils. And actually, essential oils actually have different types and different percentages which you can actually apply to them. You have to research on that. Essential oils, when using them, the right thing to do is to use them within 0.5% to 2%. But there are a lot of formulas, promixing formulas. They just say add 1 spoon of essential oil, add 2 spoons of essential oil. That is not right. Also, when you use essential oils in high percentages, it actually causes skin irritation. That is one thing you should put into consideration. It can actually irritate your skin. You start getting skin irritations and you start wondering, why am I reacting to this product? You will not realize that it is something that is not rightly measured or not used in the right percentage in that product that is actually giving you a bad skin. Now, I went through a lot of trainings before I actually found a very great lady. I think she's really good, and she took her time to teach me natural skincare formulation. She's always there for me, even till date. Sometimes I ask her questions and she actually goes out of her way to answer me. Okay, so you should make sure that you get a good natural skincare formulation teacher. Even though if you want to go into promixing, you have to have a foundation in natural skincare because it really helps. Like the other day, I actually saw a recipe where someone actually wrote, you have to put almond oil 30 ml, put vitamin E oil 30 gram or something like that, and then you put in one other oil like that 40 gram, and everything is calculated into 100 ml or 100 gram. Okay, now personally, if I'm using vitamin E oil, I don't exceed 0.5%. I don't know about others, but you have to make your research. You have to be sure that you're using the correct percentage in whatever item you are producing. You don't just pour in ingredients blindly, okay? The fact that you're actually going into promixing doesn't necessarily mean that you should just go into it blindly. Any recipe they just give you, you just go and start mixing it without really researching on it, without knowing what is going into your skincare. Okay, you have to be very careful. Someone once said coconut oil is very good for all skin types. Wrong again. Is coconut oil natural? Yes, it is, but it is not compatible with all skin types. Okay, if you have an oily skin, okay, or you have a combination skin type, please, you should be very careful with using high comedogenic ratings oils. Okay, we have non-comedogenic ratings and we have high comedogenic ratings in oil. Coconut oil and cocoa butter have very, very high comedogenic ratings, meaning that they can actually clog your pores. Okay, they can actually clog your pores, and when your pores are clogged, it means that this can actually lead to breakouts and other skin issues. As we should know, someone with an oily skin or a combination skin is actually prone to acne, is prone to breakouts. So just imagine clogging your pores again with oils that are not compatible with your skin. If you are interested in do-it-yourself recipes, these are things you should actually check out. Find a good school which actually takes natural skincare formulation classes. You need to learn how to be a formulator, how to make your products from scratch before you go into promixing. Okay? This has actually helped me a lot, that sometimes I see a promixing recipe and I can actually look at it and I can actually break it down, and you know how to replace it. So that is one of the advantages of going to a training where you learn natural skincare formulation. So if you are considering going into skincare as a business, or let's say you just want to be making your products for your personal use, you have to consider this. You have to really, really, really consider this. Okay, please subscribe to our channel. Click on the link below and subscribe today. We are going to be taking some other good topics which you'll find out with time. If you have any question, don't forget to drop your questions below. Drop your comments. Okay, click on like, subscribe to us, and you always have the best. We're going to just try our best to give you the best of everything that we have. Okay, so remember, natural skincare formulation is very, very important. The basics, you have to have a very strong foundation before going into promixing. You don't just buy recipes, you pay 1,000 and they give you 101 recipes, and then you are comfortable and you start mixing it for people's skin. You're going to damage their skin. You really need to know dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, and normal skin type. They all have different needs. Personally, I have very, very sensitive skin, and this actually makes it that even when I use like rainwater, a lot of people can use rainwater to take their bath. If I use rainwater to take my bath, I start developing stuff like eczema on my skin. Okay, if I change products, I develop that too. My skin gets irritated very, very quickly, and whatever I use, within 3 days I actually see results on my skin. So this actually means that I can't use very, very strong products on my skin. So you should also know this as a formulator. When you go to the right person for training, all these things are going to come into consideration. Okay, you're going to learn what a humectant is, what a diluent is. Like, a lot of people mistake beeswax for an emulsifier. Beeswax is not an emulsifier. What is an emulsifier, or what is the work of an emulsifier? An emulsifier actually mixes water and oil together. Okay, it is that component that makes your oil and water to mix together and become a cream or a serum or whatever, but it actually makes it that your oil and water stays together, they don't separate again. Beeswax is not an emulsifier. Beeswax is actually a thickener or an occlusive. Okay, so you have to put all these facts into consideration. You have to learn what an antioxidant is, what an antimicrobial is. You have to learn a lot of things. You don't just go blindly into skincare. Please, for the love of humans, for humanity, just learn from scratch. Okay, learn how to make your product from scratch, and then you can graduate with time. Okay, you take lots of courses and learn. Learning, no human has all the knowledge in the world. That is one thing you should know. Okay, so I do wish you all a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself, and